Hi, everybody. It's tally time. July 2019 broadcast. Tally. Ooh. And I got something cool to show you, too. So, let's see. In 55 minutes and 3 seconds, they said Jehovah 63 times. Now, remember last month they said Jehovah 107 times in 55 minutes. And this time they only said it 63. So, a little bit laid back on that. Jesus, they said 8 times. Satan once. Organization twice. Faithful and discreet slave 4. Governing body 3. And brotherhood once. I thought maybe they'd say brotherhood more than that, but I only caught it once. So I think it was only once. But their whole thing was about modesty, being moderate in things, and kind of like a word you can use instead of meek, modest, meek. I'm not sure, but it sounds like it to me. But one thing that got me, it was kind of funny because they said that when a male leader of the home, what do they call him, head of the house, is dealing with their subordinates, their family members below them, that they should not micromanage everything. And I'm like, what? Now, come on, Watchtower is the biggest micromanager of members I know of anywhere. I mean, they control every single aspect of your life. They control who you talk to, what you can read, what you can watch, where you can go, who you can talk to, how you answer questions, what you do in the privacy of your own bedroom with your spouse. They have a rule for everything. They have 100 rules for everything. If you got 100 things, there's 100 rules for each one of them. Believe me. You can do this, you can't do that. Even so much as like, it's an Amber thing. She put up that post, about one of the Jehovah's Witnesses was actually asking, do you think it's all right if I watch this TV channel or some kind of channel on the TV? I don't know if it was satellite or what, but asking, well, do you think it's right that I watch a certain channel? And it's like, well, they take their thinking away from them completely, where you can't even sit down and watch TV without wondering if Watchtower thinks it's okay or not. You can't talk to people on the street or talk to people you work with or anything because they're afraid that Watchtower might like it. Here's Louie. Say hi, Louie. Yeah, he's starting to mellow out now. He's got he's losing some of his baby teeth and getting adult teeth. And his mouth is kind of tender. He won't play certain games right now because I think his mouth hurts him. But look at how big he got. I was looking at a video I did, a few months ago, of after I got him. But now look at him. I mean, he's huge. I could like hold him in one hand in that other video. He was so tiny, but yeah, he's a good boy. He's still pretty rowdy, but he's starting to mellow out, yeah. And he's really affectionate, yeah. Anyway, Louie, that's enough of you. And let me talk to the people. So, I thought it was really silly that they said in the video that the head of household should be careful not to micromanage. And I'm like, micromanage? Watchtower is the biggest micromanager pharisaical organization ever, and they're telling other people not to micromanage. Oh my God, no. You know, it's like, don't they, when they say things, don't they analyze themselves to make sure that they're not guilty of that before they put it in a video? I mean, how can you tell someone else not to do something that you're doing anyway? I mean, it's just not right. But there was another thing that they showed. Now, see, Louie, now you got to be nice, okay? Because I got to show everybody this. It's really cool. Okay? Let me watch. Let me show it to them. In the video, in the broadcast, they showed this thing that they're using in African countries where they don't have a lot of satellite and power and, you know, all the conveniences that we do in other places. Excuse me. And they had this box. It is about the size of a speaker, and you could plug a microphone into it for, you know, to talk to a crowd, you know, on a microphone. And they explain that it could be run on batteries, or they turn it around, and on the back there's a big crank that you can crank it up. Now, see, I love those kinds of things because I'm all for, you know, saving energy and recycling. And, you know, how many batteries do you think people go through? You know, regular batteries, not rechargeables, but, you know, how many batteries do you think people go through in just one country every year? But I got this about 15 years ago, and if you look at it, you'll see it says Duracell. And it's a nice flashlight. It's LED, you know, LED flashlight. But it's a Duracell that you never have to put batteries in because, voila, it has a crank on it. And you crank it up. And see, Louie wants to see it. He's like, what is that? So, anyway, the instructions say you wind it for a minute and you'll get, like they said, 15 or 20 minutes out of it, but that's not true. Ever since I've had it, you wind it for about a minute, you got 5 or 10 minutes of light before it goes like, you know, where's the light? But, the people, you know, they have wind up, power, wind up thing for a speaker and microphone in these, kingdom halls in Africa. And they were saying, oh, it's such a loving provision to have this. And you know, really, in countries like ours, it's a novelty, basically, or something that you know, I like it because I don't have to go looking for batteries. If it goes dead, I just wind it up no matter where I am and I got light. I don't have to worry about, well, if it goes dim while I'm working at somewhere in the dark and I'm just screwed, you know, but I like it. I can just wind it up. Like I say, I've had this thing for about 15 years. I had 2 of them, and I think one of my boys wound up with the other one. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they still have it, but it might be around somewhere over there. But I always thought it was cool. I had a wind-up radio, too. It was AM, FM. It could pick up TV and the Weather Channel, and you could wind it up. Or it had a solar strip on the top where you could just sit it in a window during the day and charge it. Or you could put batteries in it. Or you could crank it up. It was a really cool thing. I got a friend of mine needed it, so I loaned it to them, but it's still mine. I didn't give it to them. I can't replace it. Those things are kind of expensive. I know they have wind-up weather radios, but this one has a bunch of bands in it, and it's probably a $50 radio. And I don't even remember where I got it, but I didn't buy it new. I ran across it somewhere. Maybe one of my tenants left it or something, and I was like, that's mine, you know. And I love the crank up things. You don't have to worry ever if the power goes out or whatever. You can, you still have it, and you don't need to rush around looking for batteries. I don't think a flashlight would work on solar. It wouldn't be worth it really, but a wind-up battery's cool. But like I say, it's such a God's loving provision that they got a wind-up microphone and speaker in Africa. I was like, oh my God, it winds up. Maybe I should get one. But no, the broadcast as usual. I'm not really sure what their idea of what the monthly broadcast should be. It's more about bragging about what they accomplish and a pep rally, brainwashing session, something like that. It's not like they divvy out spiritual food on the broadcast or anything, because we'd all be dead, because there ain't no spiritual food in there. But one person that's been out recently wanted to know if it was safe to watch for somebody that was, pretty much just waking up. And I said, yeah, I think so. It's not really bad. Like some of them are just so yucky I can't even stand to hear them myself. But I'm taking the tally and then I can just shut it off. But this one wasn't so bad. It talked about some pretty neat stuff, I guess, and of course they're bragging and all that. So if you want to watch it, I guess. No big deal. You can see their wind-up speaker microphone and hear all the oohs and ahs they say about it, and what a great thing it is for Watchtower to send them a wind-up microphone. Maybe they should do that in every hall. Save on the power bill. Just wind up the power system and talk on a mic through that, and no power needed. It's solar powered Kingdom Halls. I'm dreaming now, but anyway. So y'all got to see my little rowdy baby Louie and how big he's getting. And you heard the tally for the month and got to hear about their cool wind-up speaker. And in a day or two, I'm gonna redo my phone call to Watchtower, because I think they should have answered me. They've had a whole month now to reply to my request about the OSCE, and I've gotten 0 reply. So we're gonna call them again, see what kind of runaround we can get. We love that, don't we? Listening to how they play pass the buck and duck, duck, goose. So, we'll see how that goes. So I'll catch you in a couple of days. You guys enjoy your week and your 4th of July. Have a good one. Bye-bye.